Hello. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You're at the airport on the way to Hawaii. You scan your mobile boarding pass as you move through security, maybe buy a cup of coffee on the way to the gate, and flip through pictures of the kids as you wait for your flight. Now, as you use your phone in your day-to-day life, do you think about how your data is being protected? Now, if you don't, that's OK, because we do. At Qualcomm, for over a decade, we've taken a system-level approach to security. Let me give you an example. Face authentication. Now, this is a highly complex use case that involves multiple subsystems throughout the SoC, and we protect the data at each stage. As a face map enters the sensor and then travels into the Spectre ISP, we begin the first stage of our protected pipeline using dedicated hardware for access control called System Memory Management Units. This hardware ensures that even if malware is present elsewhere in the system, the malicious code cannot copy out of the protected region. Next, the data travels into the Hexagon DSP for further processing by machine learning algorithms. We've created a secure domain within the DSP to ensure that even sensitive biometric data can benefit from low latency and low power compute. And we even protect the machine learning algorithm itself. Finally, the fully processed data moves into the Qualcomm Trusted Execution environment, where it's matched against the biometric template resident in secure storage, and the final verification result is passed to the application. Now notice that at no time did any of this data have to leave the device to be processed on the cloud. Everything happened on device and in a fraction of a second. Ensuring security while maintaining performance takes Qualcomm expertise. Now, in addition to strong user authentication, and unique to Snapdragon, we can also provide hardware-based device attestation, which allows for relying parties, like a bank on the back end, to not only strongly identify the user, but the device as well, which adds an extra layer of security for high-value transactions. It's worth mentioning that there's no standard for how to protect a complex use case like face authentication. So while other SoC vendors can support face-auth, ask yourself if you trust them to protect it properly. So that's just one example of the many use cases that we can support with Qualcomm platform security. We have many other features, things like secure boot to ensure software integrity for the system, and advanced cryptographic engines to keep everything moving at the speed of Snapdragon. In addition to our platform-wide security, we also offer a highly isolated, secure processing unit for high-assurance applications. Now, earlier this year, we announced that the secure processing unit, as part of Snapdragon 855, was the world's first mobile SoC to achieve smart card-level security certification, which meant that it's now possible to support security features that previously could only be supported with discrete ICs, SIM cards, or secure elements, fully integrated into the Snapdragon. And today, we're very pleased to announce that the Snapdragon 865 will be the world's first integrated dual SIM, dual standby solution, which means that we'll be able to replace 2 physical SIM cards, or eSIMs. And we'll be demonstrating this capability in the demo area later today. Now, in addition to all of our robust hardware and firmware security features, we also partner very closely with our friends at Google to ensure that the latest and greatest Android security features shine on Snapdragon. To tell you more about this, I'd like to welcome to the stage Sudhi Hurley, Android's head of platform security from Google. Sudhi.
Thank you, Jesse.
Sudhi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sudhi Hurley. I lead platform security for Android at Google. We're actually very thankful to have a very strong partnership with Qualcomm to improve the state of Android security. Over the last year, we worked very closely together to raise the bar for what Android and the silicon, Snapdragon silicon can do to make our users feel safe and secure. We've jointly created a vulnerability rewards program to raise security awareness and further research in security. And Qualcomm was the first vendor to support our new Strongbox hardware-backed secure credential API. And we are also partnering very closely to improve kernel security. Together, we have worked on control flow integrity, bounds checking, integer sanitizers, etc. In addition, we are also working on improving detection capabilities for memory safety in the kernel by partnering on hardware ASAN capabilities. Next. But security by itself is not as glamorous, as we'd like to believe. Security also needs to be an enabler to make other parts of users' life more beneficial, more helpful. And so
yeah, exactly. What we like to say is that security is really the key to going from this to this. And Sudi and I are very excited today to announce that we're just a step closer in that journey. So quick survey, how many of you have ever showed up to the airport and realized you forgot your ID? It's a terrible, terrible feeling. Well, we're working on solving that as well, because today we're very excited to announce that Snapdragon will be the first mobile SoC to support Android Identity Credential APIs, which means that mobile driver's license and electronic ID will be possible with Android R. Thank you. Thank you. And we invite you to check out this cool capability in the demo area after the keynotes. Thanks very much, and now back to Keith.
thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Awesome.